This is Locker Room Live.
Hello and welcome into Locker Room Live. Packers Hall of Famer Johnny Gray. I'm Josh Moser. What a finish right here at AT&T Stadium. Mason Crosby, game-winning field goal as time expires. What a finish, Johnny.
That was a great finish. It was a great start for the Packer fans. I'm sure they got all pumped up in that first half, but then you saw the Dallas Cowboys start to come back, so he got a little worried, so he knew it was going to be a battle. But right there towards the end, man, it got rough.
We talked in pregame. It was going to be a boxing match. The Packers throw the first punch. Back comes the Cowboys, back and forth, the roller coaster of emotions. But they finished the game, and Mason Crosby, Aaron Rodgers calls him the best kicker in the game, and he showed it right there. Just money.
Well, just money, but also, too, how about Aaron Rodgers? All people talking about being MVP. Here he is in those last, 48 seconds ago, brings the team down and put Mason in a position, to win the football game, and he was able to do it.
All right, well, let's take you back through the last 35 seconds. We were saying in the press box, we'll take Aaron Rodgers with 35 seconds every single time, and it's Jared Cook who had a phenomenal game, more than 100 yards receiving, and this, the best catch of the afternoon, gets both feet in bounds, and he sets up Mason Crosby, Johnny.
Oh, that was a sweet play. Right on the corner. That was kind of like a Jordy Nelson. We were asking before who's going to take the place of Jordy Nelson. Well, you saw how Jordy gets his feet on the sidelines and makes the catch, and he had to make a play like that to put the Packers in position to win this football game.
That's right. Mason Crosby knocked through a 56-yarder, then he comes back with the 51-yarder, 34-31, Johnny. The finishes in the playoffs the last couple of years, let's go through them. Seattle, the heartbreaker in Arizona last year, and now they finally come out on top.
Well, they did, and they did everything they normally do throughout the course of this last 7 weeks. They're able to finish strong, and they were able to go out there and hit receivers on the sidelines. Guys were able to make catches. In other words, your teammates are yelling, somebody's got to come up with a play. Coaches are yelling, somebody's got to make a play, and they're able to get it done.
That's right. They were able to finish strong. That's one of our keys. We've got 3 of them, and we're going to start with the first one. First key to the game is the tight end play. It all started with Richard Rodgers. We haven't really heard from him, and he starts the game off with a touchdown.
Well, he does. They get the ball down the field. We were talking about matchups today in our pregame. They're finding get on those linebackers, get on those safeties, and Aaron was able to do that.
Then it's Jared Cook. We talked about that combination of size and speed. Didn't play against the Cowboys earlier in the year, and he's the star today.
Well, he tried to get the ball down the field, try to get some one-on-one matchups, but he was able to bend to the outside, and use his hands and his body just to be able to snug the ball in, knowing the position where he was on the football field, and to make the play.
That's right. We were going through the stats. Not a single dropped pass from any of the Packers receivers today. We got to talk very quickly, though, about Ty Montgomery, because he was great in the run game, the pass game. He's a Dallas kid, and what a homecoming for him.
It was. Be able to come out here and shine. You saw him come off the football field. I mean, he was just intense. I mean, he could have a smile on his face for coming back to his hometown, but he wanted to go out there and perform in front of all his friends, and able to make some nice catches, some nice runs up the middle, and he does run hard.
All right, well, let's go to our key number 2, and that is helpful Hyde. Micah Hyde, big again, so versatile. Johnny plays everywhere in the secondary, and he came up with that big play on the screen pass, jumping that Dak Prescott route.
Read it like a book, knew exactly what was going on. Obviously, he was studying the game plan, studied some films. Remember what happened last time when they tried to get the ball out there to Cole Beasley, was able to step right in there and make the play.
All right, so it looked like a little vintage Johnny Gray right there almost.
It was sweet. It was sweet.
All right, our third and final key of the game is learning how to finish. And they did it, just that. They were poised. They never lost composure. This team came all the way back, and just the fortitude with Aaron Rodgers to mount the game-running drive, and it was just business as usual, cool as ice.
Josh, this is the scary part about this football team. When you talk about Aaron Rodgers and the weapons that he has and the calmness of Coach McCarthy to be able to call some plays, they're able to march the ball down the field, use poise, great catch by Jared Cook on the sidelines, obviously, or able to come down and have Mason Crosby kick a field goal only to be iced on the play. Comes back out there and does the same thing to win this football game. People probably sitting, just sit on it, go into overtime, win the coin toss. No. This team has been aggressive all year long. People have criticized Coach McCarthy for being maybe over-aggressive, but he stays to his game plan, and they're able to get it done.
Mike McCarthy actually just stepping to the podium. Let's listen in. Welcome back to AT&T Stadium, Locker Room Live. Packers Hall of Famer Johnny Gray, Josh Moser. The Packers beat the Cowboys on a game-winning field goal by Mason Crosby. We are down on the field, and now we have Aaron Rodgers just stepping to the podium. We'll listen in, and we'll be back with more. This one was special, especially in recent history, but kind of reading between the lines, he was very subdued. It seems like there's a lot of unfinished business, and this was just another one they needed. This definitely not the end goal.
I would think so. I would think when you go back to best finishes or best games played, I probably have to go back to 2010. I know this year, maybe the Seattle game, but that was at Lambeau Field. You're expected to win at home. But going back to 2010, when you go on the road and play in Philadelphia, you go on the road to Atlanta and play the #1 seed, and then those games start counting because now you're playing good football. You're playing the best football towards the end of the season, and it showed.
Yeah. Johnny, talking about #1 seed in 2010, they won the Super Bowl that year. That was in this building. Now they knock off the #1 seed this year in this building. Maybe an omen kind of lining up like 2010, and now they got to go back to Atlanta once again, Johnny.
I like the way you're thinking.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that need to be cleared up. I'm sure that's why he was so subdued, because you got another week to get prepared for a very good football team in Atlanta. There were still some mistakes made here today. You saw Aaron overthrow Devontae Adams. You saw him, and that interception play, threw it more to the inside, nor that throws to the outside, upfield. It didn't happen. They end up turning around, putting 7 points up on the scoreboard. So those are things that are unfinished. They know they're a good football team. They believe in themselves in that locker room, but you got to be able to put it on the field when the time comes.
That's right. The heart's finally starting to calm down a little bit. We're going to take a quick break here on Locker Room Live. On the other side, we've got Mason Crosby. Stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back out live to AT&T Stadium. Packers Hall of Famer Johnny Gray, Josh Moser, big smile on your face. That was an exciting finish. I keep playing it over and over in my head. And Mason Crosby coming up in the clutch yet again.
Yet again. The calmness as he has.
Yes.
We probably threw those guys. He probably thought in his mind they're probably going to use that last time that they have to kind of ice him. But that first kick, it was so straight. It was so smooth. It was right down the middle. And then that second kick, I'm standing over here on the sidelines looking, come on, get in there. And it slides right through. Mason under pressure. But you know what? That's a heck of a kick and a heck of a game by him.
Oh, yeah. Came in with 21 field goals made. Now it's 23 in a row. That is an NFL playoff record. Dylan Scott was in the locker room, just spoke with him a few minutes ago. Here's Mason on the winning kick.
I mean, Aaron and then, and Jared making that catch. I mean, that's what this team's been doing now, for the last 8 weeks, and it's just it's fun to be a part of, and I was happy to be able to capitalize there at the end.
Welcome back into Locker Room Live, Johnny. The people just don't want to leave this place. They're still on the field behind us. We've got to talk defense. We've talked a lot of offense. Just heard from Mason Crosby. Julius Peppers, he's going to turn 37 years old later this month. The leader of this team, that whole bend but not break mentality, and he was here again today. And Johnny Gray, everybody, taking over with some Packers fans here, getting kidnapped. They're riding a high. The Packers win 34-31 on a game-winning field goal. No Des Bryant. We'll send it to break. We'll be right back with more after this. What a finish. Thank you so much for watching Locker Room Live. Again, Packers Hall of Famer Johnny Gray, Dylan Scott, Josh Moser. We've got a lot coming up more tonight, including the playoff report. The Packers are moving on to Atlanta. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later tonight.